of IPOB leader Kano's health status. On the at least 4 killed as bombs Myanmar Buddhist festival. Governor of major road projects across the state, Nema Road and the 9.6-kilometer Emoha Obakiri Rail Road. The two main as vital routes will improve. Speaking with after inspecting the Emoha Road, assured that the project will be completed by December.
The importance of these projects, it is about them, and government is about the people. So I'm here to assure the good people of Emoha and Obakiri in particular,
was flagged off by former Minister of Foreign Affairs Odeyi Agobia. The Emoha Obakiri Iwelu Road, where he promised that the government will begin immediate work to restore the facility.
The section that was affected by the fire. We've been talking about the renovation, the publishing of our very foremost secretariat. And I believe with this particular incident, there won't be any reason not to continue it anymore. Whatever is required by this government to commence that process, we will immediately bring it to action.
Governor Fubara also noted that recent investment in the state fire service help to limit the damage. But even as the government moves to rebuild, the spokesperson of the civil liberty organizations in the state, Emmanuel Obe, wants those responsible for the incident to be held accountable. Mr. Obe also urged the government to maintain public buildings regularly and establish a fire service station within the secretariat for quicker emergency response.
And that things, and you can imagine yourselves. So that everywhere in the world you can transform business. This has happened now. Let us see what the extent of damage. A state like Rivers State, which is to be an A state in Nigeria, has not gone extent of ensuring that documents, transactions are digitized.
Away from the Secretariat fire incident, the search for lasting peace in River State's political space continues to draw public attention. Over the weekend, Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the FCT Minister Nsomwike met in what many have described as a crucial step toward reconciliation between both camps. The meeting, which also had some of the minister's loyalists in attendance, has continued to generate mixed reactions across the state. One of those reacting is a lawyer and conflict resolution Ifechukwu, who cautioned against politicizing the governor and his predecessor. Interview with
those calling the meeting won the meeting, and they have discussed on how
that the Independent National of Assembly, 2 years after the death of the former lawmaker Denny Barilolo, many people say the area has been without proper representation. A voter and lawyer from Ward 16, Barine Lolo, told correspondent Bureauware that he will go to court if the election is not done within 45 days. Mr. Lolo said he has already sent a petition to INEC headquarters in Abuja.
Consensus project has been awarded to House Assembly members. We do not have any. So it is on that note that I petition INEC conduct by election within 45 days. And where they fail to do so, the court is there. We can go and challenge inability or avoidance of conducting by election in Ghana consensus to provision of clear that within 30 days after a seat has been declared vacant, I
will not hold the election because there was a state of emergency in the state, and that excuse has made the constituency lose its voice in lawmaking.
Sometime in June, when he was announcing the conduct of by-elections in Nigeria, he stated that constituency will not be done because of the, even though we do not agree with him in respect to that time local government election was conducted.
Emergency has now been lifted. INEC should quickly announce when it will hold the by-election.
Presentation is not being felt by our people because our representative in that constituency one in the River State House of Assembly is not being felt. Now that we are back to democratic putting in this, ensure that
Bara also complained that because there is no representative, many problems in the area have not been attended to.
We need somebody that will speak on our behalf of Ghana constituency to charting the dividends of democracy to our people. We have a lot of issues ranging from herdsmen attack in that particular area, the issue of flooding, that is also flash flooding, that is also a cause of worry. Someone from that constituency, we need to speak about it and then represent us in that regard. For now, we don't have a representation, and it's actually a challenge to our people in many areas.
Away from that, President Bola Tinubu has formally accepted Professor Mahmood Yakubu's departure as chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission following an expiration of his second and final tenure. Following the development, the president is set to name Yakubu's successor after the Council of State meeting in Abuja on Thursday, after presenting the list of nominees for the coveted number one electoral umpire position. Yakubu on Tuesday handed over to May Agbamuche Mbo, a seasoned legal expert who has assumed the role of acting chairman pending the appointment of a substantive successor. In recognition of his service, the president on the former INEC board, the National of the Order of the Niger. He said he graduated from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka in 1975, but a report said the school could not confirm his Tuesday in 90 seconds was a plan by his political enemies to destroy his name. What should have been a shame to the country is now being made to look like resignation to cover up another scandal. On a quick break, when we return, lawyer asks police to over tinted glass permitters. Directed the Inspector General and Force Headquarters to suspend all actions until the Nigerian Bar Association's case is heard. The NBA has also the court in good faith.
If the court has issued an order for maintenance of the extinction of this order, and so that sort of Nigeria plays that it doesn't mean that the
over tinted glass permit to cite the injunction or avoid driving tinted vehicles. For now, this week the Rivers government has begun enforcement of the tinted glass, obtained the necessary permit before driving such vehicles.
Country, these tinted vehicles are being used by miscreants and criminals to convey a lot of arms and ammunition and some other equipment.
The permit process online and can provide proof will not be impounded. It was seized from the suspect. The judge also asked if the officer directed the parties to adopt